Hey guys, welcome back to the kitchen today. Today we're going to try to do a prime rib roast. It's Easter Sunday, so I figured we'd do something a little special for lunch this afternoon. So went to the local store and got about a 5.5 pound rib roast. It's already cradled, which means it's got the butcher string already on it. This one, you can tell the butcher meat cutter, when they cut this, they did take the rib bone and separate it away from the actual rib roast itself, which, you know, you can do that yourself. Some people aren't comfortable doing that after it's done cooking, but most people, it's not a big problem, and that's one of the main reasons why they go ahead and cradle the rib roast. So I'm gonna leave that sit here for now, and for spices, we're just going to do kosher salt. That's a good coarse salt to use for big pieces of meat like that. It really holds the flavor in and helps get the bark set. Also using coarse ground black pepper, and I always add a little bit of onion powder and with my rubs, especially like if I'm doing brisket or something like that. So just gives it another little layer of flavor. So I've already got the salt and the pepper mixed up and the onion powder in there. I did get some fresh thyme. We're going to chop that up, put that in the rub, and then I've also got 8 or 9 cloves of fresh garlic. So we're going to go ahead and get that chopped up and put that in the rub, get that all mixed up. I've got the charcoal grill going outside. I was going to do it on the electric smoker or pellet smoker today, but it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so I was a little worried about getting rained out with it. So give me a few minutes to get this chopped up here, and we'll get the rub put on. We'll head outside to the grill and get it put on the smoker. So I'm going to chop this garlic up. You're going to try to get this garlic chopped up as fine as you can. That way it gives a more even coat and wants to stick on the meat a little bit better. So got that about all finished up here. We'll get this wiped off. This knife is extremely sharp. I about cut myself with it this morning, not paying attention. But all right. So we get that put in here. All right, so let's set that aside. Wipe this off a little bit. The trash can right down there. I'm also going to take, I'm going to keep a couple sprigs of these thyme leaves whole, and I'm going to take and get these leaves off of this. Now to get the leaves off thyme, you just pull it backwards against the grain, and it'll get you most of the leaves off the stalk there. So you can use dried herbs. You don't have to use fresh. I like using fresh herbs. I think the flavor is a lot better. It's a lot fresher. So just whatever you really want to do. But anyway, we'll chop a little bit of that up and get that in the rub also. I'd be jealous of my mad knife skills. Alright, should have had that set out ahead of time, wasn't thinking. Some people use olive oil. This is just canola oil. You can use whatever you have. It's not that big a deal. So I'm going to get that. And what you want to do, I'm going to go ahead and take it off of this butcher pan here and throw that in the trash. Now I've got a pan I'm going to use for a drip pan in my grill outside. So I'm just going to go ahead and move that over here so I can get the oil put on. Just going to put a light coating all over. And like I said, that's going to help the rub stick to the meat and throw it on the grill. So just want to make sure you get all sides covered real good. Alright. So now we got that all covered up. I got my hands all juicy here. That off a little bit. Alright, so I've got the rub mix here. Gonna give that a quick stir because got that fresh garlic and that thyme smells really good in there. Just want to get it a rough mix, kind of get everything evenly distributed in there. Alright, just gonna start sprinkling it on here. You can, once you start getting that on there, the oil, you can kind of pat that on, and it'll help keep that bound up to the meat. You're gonna lose some of it, it's not a big deal. The back side here. Sometimes if you can get your fingers down in that hole there in between the rib cage and meat, you can dump some of the rub and stuff down there. It's just going to give it some more flavor from the inside. Alright. So I got that done. I'm going to go ahead and stick a twig of that rosemary in there. And twig it up here. Just kind of get that evenly put around. Another one down here at the bottom. Quick wash. Alright, so I got the rib roast is all rubbed up. Got it ready to go on the grill. Since I'm doing it on the charcoal grill, I went ahead and got some hickory chips. I've had them soaking in water for about half an hour, and we're just going to dribble that over the top of the outside edge of the charcoal to give it a little bit extra flavor. So hopefully the grill's going to be right at about 275 degrees, something about right about there outside. So give me a second, we'll go outside and check on the grill. Alright guys, stepped outside. Grill's ready. Charcoal is all whited off, so I'm going to go ahead. I got my grate in here. Go ahead and move this, and I'm going to cook this bone side to the fire first for offset heat. That's just going to help get that bark set on here a little bit. So I have to get that in there, and then grab the cylinder here that fell off. Stick that pan down here. Regular pan. Right here I've got my charcoal or my hickory pieces. I'm going to put them down here, just on the outside edge of the charcoal. Like I said, that's just going to help with the smoke. Alright, so we're going to let this go for about an hour or so, and then come back and check it. So I'll get this cooked to about a medium, well, probably more medium, I guess. So I'm going to be looking for internal temperature about 135 degrees. I'm going to pull it from the fire because it's going to cook some more when it's coming off the grill. So like I said, we'll come back and check it out, see what the temperature is, and then see where we go from there. So we'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, we're back out here to check on this meat on the pit. It's been about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, something like that. Went ahead and stuck the meat probe in after I stopped the last video. So we're at about 82 degrees for internal temperature on the meat. So I'm going to open this up and check it out and see what we're looking like for charcoal and all that. So there's the prime rib roast we're looking at. So it's been sitting in there doing its thing. So I'm going to go ahead and add some charcoal. Looks like we're getting kind of low on that, so get that done, and then we'll get this pit closed back up. Hopefully about another hour and 25 minutes we'll be doing that. It's also important when you're running charcoal. I have this bowl. There's also another vertical smoker I've got, so I always light my charcoal in that way it gets ashed off, and it just keeps your pit at a more even temperature. So if you put new charcoal in and it's trying to catch the fire, it's going to take a while to get your pit temperature back up. So as windy as it is today, I've been fighting a little bit of issue with pit temperature as well. So we'll check in about another hour or so and see how we're doing. We'll see you later. Alright guys, just wanted to show you a side I was going to put together with this prime rib tonight that we're having. It's about up to temperature to pull off the grill, so we'll go check on it here in a minute. I got some Brussels sprouts. I cut the ends of them off, cut them in half, and I took 4 pieces of bacon and fried them off in there. We're going to use them here in a little bit, but I'm going to put these Brussels sprouts down in the bacon grease, and I'm going to let them chill out and brown on both sides. So Should take about probably 10 minutes or so on each side. And then I've got some other ingredients we'll get back with you here in a little bit, and let's check that out. And just wanted to show you something else we got going on in the kitchen today. So got some macaroni and cheese in the oven, so we're gonna be eating good. All right, guys, so we're back out here at the pit. We've got an internal temperature about 135 right now. So traditional cooking, that'd be about a medium rare on a steak. So since this is going to climb as it rests, I'm going to go ahead and take it off now. So we're going to shoot for about 140, 145, which is going to put medium-ish. So anyway, so this is what we've been cooking all afternoon. And man, that sure looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and get this off the pit when I got two hands, and I'll meet you back inside in just a few minutes. Okay, so we're back inside. I got the rib roast off of the grill outside. So as you can see, it's still 136 degrees. So I'll go ahead and wrap this up and cover it up in aluminum foil and let that rest for about 20 minutes. Anytime you got a big piece of meat like that, you pull it off the fire, whether it's brisket or pork butt, anything like that, you're going to want to let it sit as long as you can. This rib roast, like I said, 15-20 minutes, and what that's going to do as it cools off, it's going to let the meat fibers relax and allow some of that juice to come back into the middle of the meat so it's not dry. But anyway, we'll check back with you here in a few minutes. And while we're over here, I'll go ahead and give you a key in on what we're doing with our Brussels sprouts over here. I've got them all browned up on there, and I'm going to go ahead and back that heat down a little bit. And earlier, like I told you, I had some bacon. I went ahead and chopped up for you. Also threw in some fresh garlic in that. And while this heat's down, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water and cover it. That way it's going to steam that up and let that get tender and cook those sprouts down a little bit. So anyway, it should be good. It should be eating here in about 15-20 minutes. So as soon as I get everything back together, I'll check back in with you and see what we got going on. So see you in a minute. This is done here. It's set rested for about 20-25 minutes. So we got up to about 143 degrees on the internal temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these strings off of this. Butcher's cord, put that off of there. Let's take that rosemary out. Alright, so here is the beast. It smells wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and separate these rib bones off here while I got it. So just pop off. There's some good meat looking in there. Doesn't that look good? Smells amazing. I wish you guys could smell this. So, alright, so I'm going to slice into this here and see. The outside edges are going to be a little bit more well done, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut into the center here and get in there a little bit and see. So we should be at a pretty even temperature, medium or medium well, hopefully. Oh, look at that. So, looks like we're sitting at about a medium here, so man, that just looks awesome. I can't wait to dig into that. So, hope you guys enjoyed watching this today. I'm just bored with the quarantine stuff, so I thought we'd have something a little out of ordinary to do, and if you like it, I'm going to hopefully get it put up to the YouTube channel, and post some more videos with some other stuff we're doing later on. So anyway, hope you all have a happy Easter, and God bless.